What's going on, guys? One, love out everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Cejudo versus Sung. Predictions breakdown here, guys. Before I get started, hit that thumbs up button. Also subscribe to this channel. Also check out my Patreon account for all my face-off, prop plays, predictions that I leave on there. You guys can go in there and check that out. Also, you guys can donate to my PayPal account, which I leave the link down below, right, to help out with the channel. 12 fights in this card here, guys. 6 p.m. Saturday. It's not going to be at the Apex. It's going to be in Seattle, Washington. So we're going to fly through this real quick here. Like I said, every card to me is good, man. Once you start to go through the card and break the fights down, you see that the matchups are close, which makes for a good fight. So never want to judge a book by the cover, right? So let's fly through this real quick. Not going to spend too long on this one. First fight here, we got Modestas Bukauskas versus Rafael Asakura. Modesta here, more of a karate base, more kickboxing. This guy's more of a seasoned fighter in Modesta, you may say. He's actually well-rounded too. Has also some wrestling and grappling. But he can drop the ball though, and that's the thing. He be looking good, and then he ends up dropping the ball. But it is what it is. But it's a guy that can get hurt in the foot, can get knocked out. But like I said, he's seasoned though. He's based on his opponent he's fighting, because it's all about who you're matching up with. It's all about the matchup here, guys, right? So he may look not too good against somebody else, but against Rafael, he may look like one of the best in the world or the best ever, which that's just an illusion. There's no such thing. But Rafael here, this guy's athletic, very explosive, pack a lot of power. Let me see here, but don't really shine too much with this guy. I see more of a seasoned fighter, Modesta, right? He got finished real quick against Aslan, which he didn't even do nothing. He even threw a punch in that fight, right? It happens. Sometimes you get hit with heavy shots, you freeze up. It was his debut also in the UFC, so under those new lights, in that cage, just the environment, you could freeze up. So maybe he may come into this fight different. But this fight here, man, is a 50-50. Like I said, with Modesta, I feel he's a better fighter, but Modesta can drop the ball. And remember, usually when I say that, the guy can drop the ball, he usually loses, right? So there's a fight where it's 50-50 and Rafael has a chance of winning. Like I said, I don't really see that shine too much, but he can throw his punches. I think he has a heavy kick on him. Body kick. He throws a lot of kicks, from what I remember. But I'm going to go Modesta. 50-50. I'm not confident in this one at all, guys. By decision. Quick look at the odds. I remember to do this, so I don't have to do that odd breakdown. Let's see here. They also had Dominic Cruz was on the card, but I guess he retired because he messed up his shoulder. But I mean, with Dominic Cruz, he's a good martial artist, a good fighter, but body can't hold up no more. So it just happens like that, to take out the abuse to the body, knees mess up, shoulder. It happens. Eventually after a while, you take a lot of hits and just through specific things that you may be doing, depending. As far as, I'm not saying any steroids or nothing like that. I'm not accusing Dominic Cruz of any steroids or nothing like that. But just when you push yourself hard every time, to be a champion or to be in the sport, it can wear and tear your body, man. I'm saying, so you may be doing certain workouts that put a lot of stress on the body, which wear down in the ligaments, tendons then, right? So that's why I like calisthenics a lot. But like I said, I'm not competing, the only competition is me versus me, and that's it. So that goes for everybody else. It's really you versus you. This sport here, this game is just an illusion. I mean, that's pretty much it. People just doing it. A lot of guys are fighting just to, just to make money, to take care of the family and so forth, right? Or and some people do it to challenge themselves. But don't look at it as like, oh man, this is it, and this is the truth, because it's not. When I say martial artists, there are different. To be a martial artist is different, than the fighter. You have a guy that fight in a cage, but true martial artists won't probably compete like this, you see. You know, martial arts is more for mental and health. More of a spiritual thing. For self-defense. But that's going deep into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is more mainstream. All right. You see Modesta here, 285. Hell no. Yeah, like as I said, what I see from Rafael, I feel like Modesta is better. But when you have a guy that's can be up and down, sometimes it doesn't matter who he fights, man. It is what it is. I'm not like, talking down on Modesto or making him, don't look like he's good or not in his skill, But if he gets hit, he can get dazed. And a guy like Rafael seems like he can hit, like he packed power, right? 285 is a no, guys. This to me, Modesto and Rafael, I give Modesto the edge, maybe like 150. 160, but not 285. No way, man. So this one here, be careful, because Modesto could drop the ball. Remember, I told you that. All right. Which a lot of these cards, it's the odds them, or you can't go by the odds, guys. Don't look at the odds and go, oh, it's definitely gonna win. The odds are just there, just to give you a gauge, and sometimes it's there to throw you off too, to make you go in the wrong direction. So that's why you see a lot of the fight cards that were being predicted and breaking down. A lot of the guys with the high odds have been the guys with the underdogs are the ones that's been winning, and the guys with the high odds are the ones that's losing. Remember that. All right. So I'll go Modesta by decision. I'm not confident there. Next fighter, Nursulton Ruziboev versus Eric Makhachev. I believe. Okay, this is not a short notice. With Nursulton, this guy's a pretty skilled fighter, man. Actually, this guy is very good. 5 inch of height. Skill is well rounded. He got his counter ability is good. He's good on the back foot. Good for you coming in. He counter you. Experienced sniper like, but he can gas out though. And when he gasses out, sometimes flop to his back, but don't sleep on him. If he's on his back, he will submit you. So he's deadly. He's all around a good fighter, man. He's good on the submissions and good with the knockouts. So if you think you have him on his back, oh yeah, but he will submit you. He will armbar you, right? This guy I feel this guy's on a different level than his opponent here, Eric. I mean, like, I'm not taking anything away from Eric. I feel Eric is making his debut here, but he's coming out of the MMA lab, which is a good camp there. He's making his debut here. Yeah, but I just feel that, this is a fight for Nursulton to win, in my opinion, guys. I just feel like he's all around a better fighter. With Eric here, what I see from Eric, he can get control against the cage. That's one thing there. With Joaquin Buckley, when Nursulton fight Joaquin Buckley is very explosive, fast, and his wrestling has gotten better. So that speed from Joaquin and that athleticism, with Eric would pick his shots, kind of slow at the movement, sniper like too, but he doesn't have that explosiveness like what Joaquin has. And I just feel that Nursulton can win this fight in anywhere, stand up, knockout, or submission. So I'm gonna go with Nursulton. I'm gonna say Nursulton by TKO, guys, in the first round, 60-40. All right. Next fight here, guys. Not this out real quickly here, man, but accurately like usual. Let's see. Austin Vanderford versus Nikolay Veretennikov. Austin, remember guys, Austin was in the Contender Series, and I believe he won by spectacular fashion, but I believe he got hurt in that fight though, or something like that. Like something happened to him in the fight, where I guess Dana White didn't like it too much. I believe Dana White contender was way back in 2018 actually. He got a submission here by Veretennikov. I mean, he's been in Bellator, had 2 back-to-back losses here. Then he had a win here by Victor Romeo. With Vanderford, I mean, he's okay, but he again, it's all about the matchup, man. And with this matchup here, he kind of will like roll his head in, kind of like a Mike Tyson kind of vibe. He will like kind of push his head out forward and kind of like bobbing and weaving with his punches, trying to go over hooks, kind of like what Mike Tyson does, you know, kind of wild with the shots, just winging punches. He can get flat-footed, and he will also wrestle, but his fights, he hasn't been wrestling as much anymore. You know what I mean? And against his opponent, Nikolay, I'm impressed with Nikolay, man. I think Nikolay is a very good fighter, man. And against his fight against Danny Barlow, I felt he won that fight. I felt Nikolay won that. I think they robbed him in that one. I feel Nikolay is a very good fighter. His jab is good, his movement is good, striking, and his takedown defense is pretty good, man. And his scrambling and wrestling is good too. This guy is a pretty good fighter. Let me see. He would sometimes come out at a slow pace, but then he would pick it up, and then like I said, he's decent. His technique is not bad. But like I said, with Van der Voort, very stocky, swinging in, uses head to come in, swing wild punches, can get clipped, can get hurt in the foot, can get knocked out. Yeah, man, I'm liking Nikolay for the win here, guys. I must say Nikolay by KO TK in the first round, guys. Like I said, not taking anything away from Austin and all. You know, his Paige Van Zandt husband, whatever. You know, like I said, when it comes to this game, I don't like. I look at Instagram. I look at what these guys are training and what they're eating and everything, like the mental state. You know, and what's going on. Even though Instagram is fake, though. You know, a lot of people can put up whatever there and it's not what they're doing. You know, just a whole social media thing. You know, it's fake, right? So people play roles and they're not really like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Nikolay. I must say Nikolay by KO TK in the first round, guy. Not taking anything off Austin. He could win. This is actually his UFC debut after winning the Contender Series from 2018. But we saw what happened. But I'm just liking Nikolay. I think Nikolay is all around a better fighter, man. And I'm impressed with him. Even when Nikolay was in the Contender Series, I was impressed with him when he was against Michael Morales. And that Michael Morales is no joke, man. Michael Morales is a good prospect, and he gave Michael Morales a run, man. He had Michael Morales in some kind of issues, especially with the takedown, the striking. You know, he could have had him, and then Michael Morales came back in the third round and started pushing more of a higher pace, and even got the suplex in the end. You know, he showed it that he wanted it more, but the fact that Nikolay hang with him and, like, you know what I'm saying, I mean, toe to toe, and kind of had him in a little bit of trouble. You know, shows that Nikolay is a good prospect. You know, also I felt he beat Danny, man. All right, so I'm gonna go with Nikolay. Like I said, Nikolay by KO TK first round, guys. Let's keep it going here, man. Let me see. We got Ricky Simone versus Javid Basharat. Yeah, man, Ricky Simone, dude. I don't know, man. Ricky Simone beat Marab way back in the days. You know, had a win over Marab. You guys remember that? You know, he had Marab in I believe it was Marab in a guillotine choke. Was it? Was it a guillotine choke? Yeah, it was a guillotine choke in the third round, right at the end, and he actually submitted him. Actually, he actually went out, you know, but you know, that's way back in 2018. I mean, what they see from him now is like on a 3-fight losing streak. He even lost against a karate combat 44 in a grappling match here. You know, lost Vinicius Oliveira, Mario Batista, Young Dong Sung. You know, it's I don't know. I just feel like he could be in a decline here. His mental probably is not there, and I'm just not sure. He just hasn't been looking good. Yeah. With Javid lost his fight there, but that was kind of close. I mean, that's a toss-up. It could have went either way. It was a split decision over Ayman Zahabi. So, I mean, you know, with Javid here, I mean, his skill, the guy's well-rounded, you know. I mean, he's a good prospect, actually. I feel he should go beat Simone. You know, like what I see from Simone, he just doesn't. I don't know. It's like he's like something is off, and it could just be all mental. Because usually when you're off like that, it's a mental. You know, you're not just be there physically, just punching. It's your mind that's letting you do all that. You know, the spirit. You know, there's something going on with the mental spirit side of things. So I'm gonna go with Javid here. I'm gonna say Javid by decision, guys. Still 50-50 because someone could, you never know, he could surprise you. You know, and someone is more of a veteran here. You know, so but I don't like what I see from him lately. He just doesn't look on. He looks totally off, like he's in a decline. Next fighter, we got Nick Klein versus Mansur Abdul-Malik. With Nick Klein here, Contender Series guy, making his debut, had a win there by submission in his Contender Series. This guy here is kind of scrappy, man, but striking is, I don't know, striking is not the best. Could still work on it, which he probably is. But this guy is crafty with the submissions, and he will get submission on you, especially heel hooks. He will get a submission. So this is a fight where Mansur has to be, he has to be careful. Very explosive. This guy is explosive. Very athletic, very explosive. Usually a first round finisher. But he seems like he's pacing himself a lot more better now. He has some second round here, but he goes for the kill, man. He goes to take your head off, bro. So I'm liking Mansur for this. Klein striking is just, it's not in the level of Mansur. The power aspect, the athleticism, explosiveness. The only thing with Klein, you will get a heel hook on you. You will lock up something. So if Mansur not careful, remember I told you that he could submit. The only way I see Klein winning is by submission. But I like Mansur. Am I confident? I don't know, man. I mean, 7-0, 6-1. These guys are still kind of climbing up. Still kind of greenish here and there. I can see Mansur probably getting something. I can see Mansur gassing out and getting submitted. It's a possibility. So I'm not confident because, like I said, Klein is still alive, man. And anything is possible in this game, man. All right, but I'm not confident. I say Mansur by KOTK in the first round. Man, I didn't look at the odds, guys. Yeah, man. Okay, we got Nursulton by 270. Crap, 270. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like he's a way better fighter than Everett, dude. So he's a different level. There's level to the game, man. Yeah, it's 270. Yeah, I mean it could be higher. I mean if I wanted to. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. Austin wonderful even fight with Nikolay. Yeah, I don't disagree because Austin is still skill, but I like Nikolay though. So even is not bad. Anything that's even is decent, man. Of course, right? Javid and Ricky Simone got Javid at 225. Damn. From how Ricky Simone is looking, dude, I really don't disagree, man. Simone just looks like he can't get takedowns. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just striking is not there too much. He getting hit. You can take him down. Just not a good look. So Java at 225, 225. Yeah, it's fine. It's just the way how Simone looking. Mansur 1,000. Damn, 1,250. 1,100. Damn. Like we're always saying, man. Guys who are underdog are usually the ones that are actually winning. High favorites are losing. Klein can get a submission, guys. Believe me on that. He can get a submission if he can weather the storm by the punches and the explosiveness from Mansur. Possibly could get a submission, man. So this one here, I wouldn't mess with it. You can probably do a prop with Mansur first round finish. That's probably your best bet. You can do a prop for Klein getting a submission. You know what I mean? So, but I wouldn't parlay him. No, 1350 doesn't make any sense. I mean, you guys know that already anyway, so I shouldn't have to explain that. All right, but yeah. So let's see here. So I said Mansur, right? I said by KO first, but the odds on him are way too high. It's crazy odds. All right, next fight we got Andre Fili versus Melechuzek Costa. This one is a toss up, bro. Because Fili is a skilled guy, experience. He's a more experienced guy here, but not consistent. Can get taken down at times. Can get hurt on the foot. He gets hit a lot sometimes, depending on who's fighting. Can Costa do that? I don't think Costa is that. He's decent striking, but I don't think he's that versatile though. He's not like bouncy. He seems to will get kind of flat. I think Fili more move around more and pick his shots, right? But Costa is skilled on the ground, and we look for takedown, we look for subs or KO, TKO. So, but this next guy here who will drop the ball also. But I feel Fili movement should get him this fight, but I'm not confident, zero confident in this one because Fili will drop the ball. This is probably an even fight. I like Fili by decision, guys. Quick look at the odds here. Fili, yeah, they got actually Fili's a slight underdog on some side and DraftKings here. Yeah, even fight to me, man. I don't disagree. All right, next fight here. We have Ian Cutabella versus Ibo Aslan. This one is a bone burner, guys. And, you know, I was kind of looking at Ian for the win here. I'm like, oh, maybe Ian can win this. This is one of those fights where this guy's going to come in there and start swinging. Ian may not probably do that because his last fight, he's shown a little more composure. He seems to more want to, like, mix it up a little bit more now. He's not just going for the craziness, just the wild punches with his chin out there. But the thing about Ian, he's not durable. And that's it. Pack a lot of power, not consistent in the winning. This is a guy where he gets a crowd pleaser. He goes in there and just fight. And if he hits you, he hits you. You hit him, it doesn't matter. He just, you know, try to take your head off. Hulk style. Incredible Hulk. But now, you know, he will always be looking for the takedowns from way back. But now he's kind of slowing it down a little bit. With Aslan, though, I feel Aslan is just raw freaking power. Usually I don't... When you see guys like this, you know, he had 2 fights in the Contender Series, or I mean in the UFC already, right? Against Otto and Strickland, which he revenged that loss, and against Rafael Asakura, you know. But this guy is raw power. This guy 100% finishing rate, pack power, man. He just has it. He swings, but he swings well. He is hittable, but I just don't feel, and he can take a hit. I just don't feel Ian is that durable to can withstand what Aslan is going to deliver as far as just letting the hands go and then getting hit. You know, takedown wise, he has been working his takedown because that's how his last opponent beat him, the one that he rematched against Anton. You know, that's one by rear naked, so that 2020. So he did improve and got a knockout in the 3rd round over Anton, which a guy that took him down a minute. So he's been working his takedown defense, but with Ian will go for the takedowns. But man, he's gonna have to stop Aslan. If he can't stop him, I feel Aslan is going to get the knockout, man. I mean, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong. So I'm going to go with Aslan here. I'm going to say Aslan by KOTK in the 1st round, and it's a 50-50, guys. Most definitely. 50-50, man. When punches start to fly, barn burner, punches everywhere, you know, you could be not durable, and you could be durable at that time, and the guy that's durable gets knocked out. It happens, man. And the guy that's not durable does have experience and win the fight. So it happens like that. They got Aslan at 185. I disagree. This is an even fight because Ian Cutabella, even though I say he's not durable, you know, he's still experienced, he could still win. This is an even fight, guys. So Ian can win. Be careful. Next fight here, guys. We got Alonzo Menifield versus Julius Walker. Juice box. Let's see if I got that right. It's juice box, right? Juice box. Juice box, man. This is a tough one, man. Probably one of the toughest one on the card to predict. Experience-wise, Alonzo is experienced. I mean, that's, you know, juice box 6-0. You know, not much experience, but I mean, he did have a win over Bevon Lewis and a win over Myron Denis. You know what I'm saying? So those are 2 good wins right there. But Alonzo been fighting tougher competition and been beaten tougher competition, you know, than his last 2 losses here against Carlos Ulberg, which Carlos Ulberg has gotten better, man. Over time, he has gotten better, and he shows it. So this guy is a very good fighter. And Asmat is undefeated, very, very good fighter. Very good fighter. So he lost to 2 good top-level fighters. So, you know, it's not too bad to lose to those guys, right? But he beat Dustin Jacoby, Jimmy Crute, you know what I'm saying? Misha Sharonov, Ashkov, Mozarov, lost William Knight, Fabio Charant. So yeah, Paul Craig, Vincent Morora. So yeah, some good wins here and there. See the thing though, man. Walker's 100% finishing rate. Seems to mix it up well. 4 inch of height and 6 inch of reach, which is massive from Juice Box. But you can still see a little bit of greenness in him, man. So he's doing things where, you know, on the regional scenes, you know, he can get away with it. But a guy like Alonzo is more experienced. If he does that with Alonzo, I can see Alonzo possibly knocking him out, possibly. or hurting him on the foot, or even subbing. So there's a couple of things there where you could say, maybe Alonzo is fading. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, age is a number, but he fought 2 tough competition, got knocked out in them by 2 top guys that could be a champion, right? So I mean, it is what it is. Against Walker, Walker is kind of green still, but he has potential though. He has potential, dude. So it's a tough one for me to call. I was going back and forth. I was going to go for juice box. I said, maybe juice box, hide and reach could play a factor, what I'm saying? But Alonzo experience, Alonzo pack power. In juice box, last fight against Denis, Denis clipped him, almost knocked him out in that first round. I think that was a fight. If Alonzo connects, I feel that's it. And making a debut, it's kind of difficult to judge these guys. I watch a couple fights in the regional, but making his debut here is kind of difficult to pick him like that. So I could be wrong. I'm gonna go with Alonzo. I'm gonna say Alonzo by KO TK in the first round. But to me, I know there's a guy coming from, he's not that experienced. You can say it's kind of green, not making his debut. Just making his debut in the UFC. I still have it as an even, man. And the reason why I said that, because with Alonzo, man, 2 losses like that, even though it's against top guys, you just don't know where his mind is at. And Walker seems like he will push up pressure, he can punch, he can kick, he can defend takedowns, He just had there's slight little holes here and there. But if he's just able to use a hide and reach, he could win the fight, dude. So it's an even fight for me, and they got Alonzo at 245? Hell no. After what I just said, I checked out Walker, man. I looked at Instagram, I looked at everything that I need to look at. And he doesn't look bad, but there's some slight greenness of him. But can Alonzo, can he expose those things? That's the thing. He has experience. What I'm saying? He had the power and everything, and he has the skills. He's how he's supposed to. He shouldn't let a 6-0 guy come in here who's not like a super prospect like that. He's not like Walker's a super prospect. He could be a prospect maybe, but I just don't really see it as much. I still see little holes here and there, and some things I need to work on. But again, just don't trust Alonzo, you know what I'm saying? So it's an even fight. So I go Alonzo KO TK in the first round, but those odds are 245. Don't be surprised. Like I said, Walker's a dog. He comes in winning, man. All right, so be careful with that one. Remember, I told you that Walker could win. Okay. Next fight here, guys. We have Gene Silva versus Melsik Baganasarayan. Oh man, I butchered that, I think. Gene Silva, man. Gene Silva, this guy's pretty good, man. Sniper-like Anderson Silva kind of vibe. Fighting nerds, well-rounded, skill everywhere. He sees it, man. He sees the punches coming. He reads it well. He's nasty with the elbows. Dude, this guy is a sniper. This guy's very, very good fighter, man. I like to see him move around in there and throw all his techniques, man. Accurate. This guy is skilled. Against Melsik, though, Melsik is also skilled kickboxer, very good, but he's not active, though. He's not active, man. Not active. His stand-up is decent, but there's still little holes there. And I feel even Silva could even sub him because he got submitted by Josh, right? Went to a decision with Lutz to Tucker Lutz, you know what I mean? Which I feel Tucker Lutz is a fight that he probably could have finished that fight. I like Silva, man. Yeah, I had Silva by decision, but after watching fights of Silva again, just refresh my memory, I gotta go Silva by KO TK in the second round because Melsik slows down after first round. After first round, he slows down, and Silva gonna put that pace on you. Silva gonna put that pace. Silva will break you, man. So I'm liking Silva. I'm gonna say Silva by KO TK in the second round, guys. All right. Am I confident in this one? I go 60%. I'm kind of like, when it comes to these cards, guys, especially these fight night cards, you gotta be careful with them because the matchups are very close and they make it like that. They match them up very, very, very close, right? So, you know, the matchmakers, and I mean, they know what they're doing. You know, sometimes the odds are tricky and put around a kind of way where you may feel like it's you know, oh, favorite guy here is got to be winning. You know, he's like 1,350. Oh gosh, definitely. And then he goes in there and he gets submitted. Yeah, exactly. So you can't look at it like that with just reading odds and think that it's gonna happen. They got Gene at 485. Do I agree with that? I wouldn't have Gene so high because Melsick is good. But one thing about Melsick, he would break under pressure. I see that. And I feel Gene is just more mentally. This fight is a mental fight. Both guys are skilled. But the mental aspect has to go towards Gene. Gene has that killer instinct in him. Like that, I don't like to use the word crazy. You know, because like I said, crazy could be kind of strange to use towards certain people. Because you might say, that guy's crazy, but he's not really crazy. You see what I'm saying? He's just doing things a little differently than what everybody does. But the fact that he's doing something different than what everybody is doing, they look at him as being crazy. You see? In a positive way, though. You know, so I just feel G. Silva just has that killer instinct in him. I feel he will go for it more. With Melsick, he will try to like back up and try to look for a way out and just try to pick, but not really, you know. Yeah, I just feel Gene will go in there and just get it done. And I said, Gene, yeah, the odds on him 485, I could see it, but still be careful. All right. Next fight here, guys. We got Rob Font versus Gene Matsumoto. This is a tough one, man. I mean, I have a prospect like Gene at 16-0 against Rob Font. We see what Rob Font can do when he's training the way how he trained when he fought my man here, Kyler Phillips. You know, was stopping takedowns, got taken down, but scrambled back to his foot. You know, he was looking good. If he did the same training he did for what he did with Kyler Phillips, he may have a chance to beat Gene, man. This is a tough one, man, and this is a short notice for Gene. With Font is a veteran, man. You know, he will let the hands go. His boxing is his thing. He has a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, 3 inches of reach, 2 inches of height, which is massive. Font having 3 inches of reach over you is massive because he can throw the hands, and that's what he does. He works the body, works the head. Gene is very explosive, though, man. He's a very explosive kid. He would throw leg kicks. He would look for takedowns, but his striking is. I feel that Font has better boxing, man. I feel Gene may mixed up more with kicks, but I just feel that he's too flat-footed right in front of Font, which is not a good look. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about experience, guys. It goes a long way, you know. And Font is very, 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 very experienced. Right? This guy here fought Brad Cotona. Brad Cotona was giving him some problems, especially in the third round. Fought Daniel Agaredo. He finished that fight fast. Casey Tanner. So this guy is like he's coming up. You know what I'm saying? He's a prospect, right? He's making his way up the ladder and he's looking good and he's undefeated. But he's fighting Font, man. And the way, remember, it's all about the matchup, you know. It's all about the matchup now, and the way how Gene look. Actually, there's 2 Genes in this fight. There's back-to-back Genes in this fight. They got Gene Silva and they got Gene Matsumoto. So they got Gene Silva and Gene Matsumoto. I just want to. I know that don't mean anything. That's kind of off the subject, but But with Gene here, you know, he's powerful, man, and he's very explosive, right? And he has the skills, but just the matchup, man, and how he's gonna fight in front of Font like that. Again, Gene could come in here and clip Font and hurt him because Font can get hurt, but he never been finished though. Only by submission, by 1 submission. So Font is durable. And experience goes a long way, man. But again, Gene will also look for takedowns. He could come in this fight and just grind. Probably pull off the win like that. I'm going to give a shot and the wrestle, and you know, Font, his kryptonite is wrestling. You know, usually just get out wrestled and be on his back. So game plan, they're probably telling Gene to come in here and just wrestle Gene, wrestle. But the way how Font looked in his last fight against Phillips, if he's able to implement that game plan and stop the takedowns and possibly even get taken down, but get back up and just keep that mad pressure on Gene, I feel he could get a decision win here. I'm gonna give Rob Font decision, 50-50 fight for me. Let's see the odds here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, they got Gene at 166. Okay. I mean, I could see why. There's a prospect coming up. The kid looks good. Again, against a veteran though. So this is actually a test for Gene. So it should be even. I'm liking Rob Font, guys. Alright, next fight here, co-main event, Brandon Allen versus Anthony Hernandez. No, you guys remember, no? LFA fights, remember? Way back in, I want to say 2018. So these guys have fought before. I bet you a lot of guys don't probably know that. Maybe you guys know, if you guys keep up with the sport. Way back in 2018, he fought, he lost to Anthony Hernandez. So Anthony Hernandez beat him already. It was actually a blowout. So all I can say about this fight here, guys, this is part 2, and Allen probably has a submission chance like he did in the first fight. I know it's like 2018, it's if you want to go by years, a couple of years ago. But what I see from Allen, he has improved. His striking has improved, and his ground is pretty much the same. I feel Anthony Hernandez though has improved a lot though. He has improved a lot. He's a lot more scrappier. His ground is a lot more better. Even though he was beating Allen in his blowout, so I mean there's no reason to say if it was better or not, but he has improved though. Fluffy. You know what I'm saying? So he keeps a high pace on you. His striking has gotten better. The person here that improved more over the time is Anthony Hernandez, man. I feel Allen kind of still do the similar things, trying to get a rear naked choke, try to get you back and rear naked choke you, which that's his thing, but it hasn't really changed much. But Anthony Hernandez, he still put that pressure on you, but I feel like his striking has gotten better, and his striking has gotten better, and also his wrestling and everything else, and his ground game has gotten better too. So I'm gonna go with Anthony Hernandez. I'm gonna say Hernandez again by decision. Yeah, it's pretty much the same outcome. I go on Anthony Hernandez. I go on Anthony 60 and Brandon Allen 40. All right. Main fight on the card. We got Henry Cejudo versus Yadong Song. No, guys, in the beginning I was going for Henry Cejudo, and that's why watching fights are always good, man. Just by looking at this picture here and looking at his Instagram, oh man, I feel like Henry's gonna win. Looking at the face-offs, yeah, man, Henry can win. He can win. It's a 5-round fight, guys. Well, when you go back and watch the fights now, with Marab and even with Aljamain Sterling, you're like, oops, I don't think so. And when you go back and watch Yadong Song, you say, whoop, that's why Yadong Song is gonna win. Yadong Song is also experienced. It's not like he's like, just coming into the UFC. This guy has a lot of fights, good fights too, and beat some tough guys like Marlon Vera's here, Alejandro Perez, Philip Arnes, Juliars, Marlon Morales, he fought Corey Sandhagen. Even the fights that he lose, Kyler Phillips, Peter Yan, my boy, and Chris Gutierrez he beat. So it's like one of those things where, how is Henry going to beat Sung? He could take him down. Possible. Could have out-wrestled him, right? I don't think so. Because when we see from Henry what he looked like with his wrestling against these other guys here, with Marab and Aljamain, just didn't look good, But he was unable to get the takedowns as much. But again, you could say, because these guys are wrestlers. That's probably why. This is true. So both of them kind of cancel themselves out, Yadong Song is not really a wrestler, so possibly you could get him down, right? It's a 5-round fight though, but how much grind can Henry do in 5 rounds? Because striking wise, I feel Song, from watching back Henry fights, I feel Song is just the more devastating striker. Pack power, speed, timing, and also the position. So to land the technique, you know what I'm saying? And also to mix that up in there too, his wrestling and takedown defense has gotten better. Peter Yan had to grind. Peter Yan had to pull out some tricks out the bag to get some of those takedowns. He was doing some super level, some very technical moves just to get down Song, Same to with Corey Sandhagen. They had to go to cutting him up. Both of them, Peter Yan and Corey Sandhagen, had to cut him up. You see what these guys do? They cut him up. They cut him up to kind of slow him down because Song is just explosive and they keep coming forward, and he's very explosive. So these guys have the striking to implement that. Henry does have the striking, but he doesn't possess it like that though. He has that more of a Shotoken, more of a Kyokushin kind of style, where he kind of like like a Machida, right? So he's just there bouncing in and out. You know, his chin maybe look like he's high up, but he's looking to counter. But he doesn't really possess it like that, to where he's gonna really put a beating on Sung, because he's gonna have to slow him down, and he can't just be grinding for takedowns, because then he's gonna get jacked up coming in, because Sung is a quicker guy from what I've seen from watching videos, right? And devastating striking. I'm liking Sung, man. I mean, that's the reason. And I just feel like with Henry, he's slower fighter. What he's usually good at, he's not really good at it, you know, like he used to be, you know. His opponent is just like, these new level guys are just like, and he hasn't really been in there. These new level guys are just on a different level, man. Like Sung is on a different level, dude. It's on a different level, man. The guy's like super explosive, dude. Quick timing. I mean, the guys, I'm like, Peter Yan and these guys are, you know, I mean, they weren't struggling with him, but in first round they took a little beating, but they had to come up with a crazy game plan just to beat this guy, you know. And then Corey had to implement like elbows just to try to get him out of there, because the guy wouldn't. I'm telling you, he wouldn't stop. And even with the cuts, he was still coming. They had to duck to stop it. You see what I'm saying? What is Henry gonna do? he doesn't have. He has a striking like that, but he doesn't. It's not enough power like that. And he does have punching power. I shouldn't say he does have punching power, but it's not at that level though, to where it's gonna cut up Song and get him out of there. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with Song. I'm gonna say Song by decision. It's a 50-50 for me, guys. And the reason why I say that, because Henry could win. I was going for Henry. I was going for Henry for the first time. In my mind I was like, oh, because every time I look at the fights, I would like look at it and say, oh, I feel Henry could win this one. But that's, you know, for me not going back and watching fights over again. Then it kind of changed my mind, you know what I mean? So, but I mean, like I said, you still have a chance. Once you're in there, you put the work in. Any one of these guys have a chance to win, guys. This is not, you know, me just saying that because that's what I see. But again, anybody have a chance here. Any one of them man coming in and put the work in, them have a chance to win it, right? Where's Cejudo at? Henry. Okay, they got Anthony Hernandez at 340. I didn't talk about that one. Yeah, I could see that, man. I mean, he beat him the first time pretty easily. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, man. I mean, it was actually a blowout, dude. So I mean, Brandon Allen was just gassing that fight. He couldn't even get a guillotine. He couldn't even hold on. He was just getting flapped to the back, you know. So yeah. And Cejudo and Song. I think. Well, I don't think I know. Henry Cejudo is the underdog in that one. I know I can look at it on the other thing too, but yeah, Henry Cejudo is plus 200, 220. You know, like from what I said, you know, this explosiveness from Song, time and speed, everything like that, and the precision. You know, what is Henry gonna do to kind of slow him down? You're gonna have to slow down Song, and Henry's not gonna chain wrestle like that. It's not gonna happen because he doesn't. I don't see him do it in the other two fights, and he could do it in this one because Song can get taken down, but he trains at, you know, he trains with Raya Faber. You know what I'm saying? At the friggin' gym name. He trains with Raya Faber there. So I mean, at Team Alpha Male, you know what I mean? So I mean, he has been working his ground game, dude. And like I said, just to get him down, man, these guys here, like Peter Yan and these guys, had to pull some tricks out of the bag, right? Stuff that he probably never seen before. Cause that is what they have to do. You can't do the same double single leg. You know what I'm saying? Which that's what Henry Cejudo is gonna do, double single leg. You know, or put him against a cage and like just drop. It's not gonna work on this kid like that. This kid is too durable, he's too powerful, he's too strong, mentally also. Song by decision, guys. That's about it right there, guys. You guys keep on kicking, right? Always remember, guys, to focus on what you're working on. Whatever you want to accomplish, you put your mind to it and stick to it and stay consistent and don't give up, right? There's no giving up. Whatever you want, if you really want it, you can have it, right? You can get it if you really want. Like that Jimmy Cliff song. You can get it if you really want, but you must try and try until you succeed at last, right? So you keep on putting the effort and you keep putting the work in, and you will have it, man. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry about other things around you, because a lot of things around you just just distractions. It's just to pull you away from what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can't focus on your thing if you're over there and somebody else's thing. Oh man, I wonder what this guy's doing, and then throwing hate and doing all these things. And the hate thing, when you throw hate, that does destroy what you're trying to do. If there's anything, give some thumbs up. Show some love. You know what I mean? Lift up your other fellow man, and help out other people too along the journey. It's not just crapping on people, and just because there's a lot to go around, a lot for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So always show love, man, and focus on what you're doing, and know that there are certain things that may be happening in this world or this plane at this moment, and always remember, be careful where you put your energy or where you put your attention. That's why when I talk about distractions, because where you put your attention and you get distracted, that's what you're going to create, because that's just part of manifestation, right? So you have to be careful of that. Don't buy into certain things and don't play into certain things that's negative, because it will pull you down from what you're working on. If you're trying to create something positive and you're letting somebody else show you some negative things or get into doing negative things like drinking, smoking, all these things are going to places that you shouldn't be, you're going to destroy all your positive work that you've been working on. You see? So always make sure that you keep yourself around a positive environment that's uplifting. And you will know when it's uplifting, because there will be love. You get it? There's no love in drinking. There's no love in smoking. There's no love in any strip clubs and all these things. You want to keep yourself away from that. That's the distraction to keep you away from rising up. Because right now we're in a plane, and on this plane there are levels to the plane. So you may see certain people, or you may hear me and see me, but you can't feel me though. You see? You can't feel me, because a lot of people, or some people, are vibrating a different level. You see? So some people are still stuck in that 3-dimensional, which that's the dimension that they put you in. That's the dimension that they brainwash you in with all the schooling and all the indoctrinations, pharmaceuticals and all the bad foods and alcohol and cigarette. That's a 3-dimensional. When you're playing that, you're buying drinks, you're partying, getting smashed, hookers, crap, all these things you're doing, all you're doing is just destroying your health. You're just lowering your vibration and getting stuck in that realm, getting stuck in that 3-dimensional realm. Not knowing that. You're not knowing that you're doing that though. When you get aware of it and you understand it, then that's different. No, you're aware of it now. No, you're not drinking, you're not partying no more, you're not doing all these things now. Everything you're doing now is to raise your vibration and to get you out of the situation that you're in at this moment, in that 3-dimensional realm. So there are things that's going to be happening all over the world on this plane, and things are coming up ahead that's going to happen. Going back to 2020, the whole vaccine and the pandemic and all these things happening. That doesn't mean that you have to be a part of that though. You see? Because when you raise a vibration, then it's like a force field, and it's like a magical thing that comes along with that. And it kind of give you like a protection. Kind of like, you have your ancestors watching over your angel in your shoulder. Because when you raise a vibration like that, you're playing on a different field, on a different plane, away from the lower 3-dimensional game. So you know what's going to happen, and you are aware of it. So once you're aware and you know your manifestations, and just say the things that's going to happen or could happen to you, it's not going to happen in the way how it would happen to somebody else who is vibrating a 3rd dimension. If that makes any sense to you. So when you're up, say 4th, 5th, you're playing a different game now. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, you want to come out and drink? No. Hey man, you want to smoke? No. Hey man, you want this bad food, this donuts and McDonald's? No, I'm good, man. Hey man, we're gonna go over here to this bar, man, this club. You want to come? They got some strippers. No. I'm gonna meditate. I am gonna work on my channel and make some videos to inspire other people and also motivate myself. My path would be different than somebody is going to a strip clubs and drinking alcohol and smoking. On the way to the strip club, you're drunk, you could get in an accident, you could get in a fight, you could get shot. There's a lot of things could happen because the realm that you're choosing, the path you choose, because there's different realms and layers, or the realm that you're choosing is the path that's going to have a lot of obstacles to jump over and hurdle over. And then your body, your temple is being polluted with distractions and negative things. So with those negative things, that's what you're going to be attracting towards you, because what you put out is what you get back. And what you put in is what you get out. Try it out, man. See, try out to, I'm not saying that any one of you guys drink whatever, but try to quit certain things, bad habits that you've been doing that's destroying your health, and see how much more your vibration raises. See how much more your frequency goes up, and then your mood, your health, your environment will be different, and different people will be start coming towards you. Especially children. A lot of children are going to start flocking around you because they can feel the energy. And a lot of adults are going to be asking you questions like, hey man, how comes you just doing this every day? You don't get tired? You see you work out every day in the park, you have no shirt on, you're just like here for many hours, how do you do that every day? And what do you eat? I'm like, how do you sustain that to keep going like that? People are going to start because everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, some people, they do the same thing, especially when you're in that environment, in that third dimension, in that realm. It's kind of like the Matrix. When you're plugged in like that and you keep going on that hamster wheel or Ferris wheel, you're just repeating the same cycle over and over again in that 3-dimension cycle. So nobody really rise up or transcend. Everybody they just want to do the same thing. 9 to 5 work, pay bills. 9 to 5 mall, movies, strip club, parties, club. I did the same thing. That's why I can talk like this, because I've experienced all that. What I'm saying is from experience. That's why I'm explaining it to you guys. And also I have other experiences too on the spiritual side of things, that I've seen different layers, like you want to say having an out-of-body experience, where you pretty much, your energy leaves your body. Like I've experienced that numerous of times. So I know that there is more to this life than what they're telling you or what they're giving you at this moment. You see? So that's why you notice that there's a slight awakening going on here. And if you want to jump on the train, you can jump on the boat, train, whatever you want to jump on. If you want to transcend, you are capable of doing it if you really want to do it. If, you can be aware of what's going on around you and understand and feel. Because mostly you're feeling, and it all starts from within yourself. All right, guys? I just wanted to share that with you guys. I will try to leave a little message with you guys. Again, guys, check out Wayne Gitchy, my other channel. The link is down below too. I drop a lot of stuff like what I'm saying here. More the things that I'm telling you is gonna give you longevity, guys. It's gonna make you go forward and not repeat over and over again. So there are games here to be played, and it's all about trapping you and trapping your soul in this little box, in this 3-dimension, and keep you there. You keep recycling over and over again. You can always move up to different layers if you want to, or if you choose to. It's like a test. All right. One love, guys. Keep on kicking, and os.